Hello, my friends. Welcome to MTD. Again, it's great to have you here. And today, I have the great pleasure to spend time with my buddy Steve at Acieta. We're going to do a little shop tour and learn a little bit more about what they do and where they came from. Steve, it's a pleasure to be here with you today, my friend, and I look forward to going around the shop with you.
Yeah, welcome to Acieta. This is our facility in Waukesha, Wisconsin. We've been in business for nearly 40 years, and we're excited to show you around.
40 years. That's quite impressive. Has it always been here in Wisconsin? I think you have a plant in Iowa as well, right?
We do. So we have a plant in Council Bluffs, Iowa, but the office in Wisconsin has always been in Pewaukee before we moved to Waukesha. But we're been in business, like I said, 35 plus years.
Excellent. And 35 plus years, it always started at this size, right? You've just continued to grow since, but I've done a little bit of walking around here, and it's incredible to see what you guys are producing, the education that you guys are giving some of your customers, and even not necessarily existing customers, but potential customers as well. I know personally that your service is really important to you guys, as well as just making sure the technology is state of the art and head of the industry.
It sure is. We've been in business in Waukesha. Kind of grew from our machine tool business. Before that, we did machine tool automation, and that was kind of the start of our business. And that was started with a couple people in our Ellison office, and it kind of grew from there. We spun off a few years ago to make Acieta, and we're excited to show you guys around.
Excellent. Well, let's start to take a tour. Obviously, this is the lobby here, and your customer first, positive attitude, passion, hunger, trustworthy ownership. I think these are great mottos for any company to have, so I love seeing that on the wall.
Yeah, come with me.
All right, let's go.
So what we have here is we have our project management group. So they are the faces of our business to our customers. We have mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, programmers, and then also our managers in the background. So we do everything in-house, from design to manufacturing to installation of full turnkey systems. We also offer standard products as well that go into the market as a entry-level, low-cost, easy to program, and easy to get the first-time robot user up to speed.
Well, it looks like at this moment there's a lot of empty spaces, but I imagine on a regular basis and not such a strange time, every single one of these desks is full of people and just ready to answer questions and offer service to the customers.
Yes, absolutely. So with our current times, a lot of our engineers and programmers are either at customers or working from home. But yeah, it's a nice open concepts area. Kind of makes communication with engineers and project managers easy, and it makes a nice collaborative environment.
Well, guys, we have now made it out to the shop floor. After going through the lobby and the engineering, we made it to the shop floor, and I'm excited to learn some more, Steve. So what is going on out here? This looks amazing.
Yeah, so what we have behind us is an example of what a custom system would look like. From concept with the customer, understanding the problem, and then coming up with a solution was kind of our goal. At the end of the day, we had a certain cycle time that we had to meet, and a throughput and a reduction of time that it took for setup. So we have anywhere from automatic tool changers to a robot that can load a CNC machine, unload it. We'll do a washer as well. So at the end of the process, the part comes out complete and ready for assembly.
It's looking wonderful here. Now, if I was to rummage through this, I probably would have no idea what I'm doing or what I'm looking at, but looking at the process being built and what you're working on is impressive from a beginner's perspective. What is unique to Acieta that really sets you guys apart from some other companies out there?
Yeah, so really our focus when we go in to look at the project with a customer is to understand what their problem is and what we can supply them for a solution. And really the whole idea is to understand what their needs really are. And then from there we sit down as a team, we engineer a concept and a layout that goes into multiple hands throughout before it gets to the customer. Really the goal is to make sure that we have all the apples and everything in line to make sure that we are giving the customer everything they're expecting and maybe even more. At the end of the day, we want to be able to provide a technology that most customers don't have, and it makes it exciting to work in a workforce like this. We have project managers that are the lead when it comes to the customer interface after the point of sale. And they're the ones that kind of have the day-to-day interaction with the customers. And they're the ones who make sure that everything is on track, on budget, and at the end of the day is a good solution for the customer.
Yeah, it really seems that way. And the confidence that you guys offer with training and service to maybe a newcomer, I think this is the right step for not just the future, but now. Now we need to get more into automation, and the confidence that you guys do with all of those training classes and making it so simple, user-friendly, reliable, a 24-hour support service. This is incredible work.
It sure is. Most of our customers are customers that have been with us for a long time, and it's hard to win over a new customer, but when you do, you're really building a long-term partnership with the customer. We want to be able to be the first person they call when they have a problem, and the first one they call to have a solution for them. So it's exciting to be able to work with customers day in and day out, and also the challenges of working with new customers and understanding what their needs are and providing something that fulfills their needs.
That makes complete sense to me. As far as the robotics side of things, you guys work exclusively with FANUC?
So we've been with FANUC for 35 plus years. I have a long-term partnership with FANUC, and that's basically all the robots that we sell have a yellow, white, or green color to them. And it's pretty cool to be able to go into a customer and understand their problem and come up with a solution that FANUC can supply us with the robot for, and provide something that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, very well-known name, FANUC, and machine interfaces, robotics, and many other levels of our manufacturing and engineering world. So 37 years of working with FANUC, I can imagine you guys have learned quite a bit and have quite a few experts on the subject.
We sure do. We have the most master certified technicians that work for Acieta than any other integrator in the country. So we're proud of that, and 37 years of knowledge, it goes a long way for our customers.
What sets Acieta apart as an integrator?
Being RA compliant is a large part of integrator aspect. Also of our service side of it, being a long-term partner when it comes to the concept to completion, and then long-term, 5-10 years down the road, still servicing the robots, doing PMs on the robots, maintaining them to make sure that they live the life expectancy that they should.
And you guys have a pretty nice program where yearly service and even almost forecasting what may go down in the future is, we can say, somewhat predictable based on the amount of research that you guys have done.
It sure is. Through ZDT on FANUC, it's a huge thing for preventative maintenance, and then also we offer yearly maintenance programs for every robot that we sell.
And as a part of setting yourself apart in the industry, there's something that you guys do called redeploy?
Yeah, so after the system's in at a customer for numerous amount of years, we can go back in, take the robot out, make it go to a different application, or just maybe bring new parts into the cell. Parts that maybe the system wasn't built for, totally different application, or just adding more parts and more volume to the cell as we produce parts and get them through the system.
And from what I understand, some of the most difficult parts about working in this part of the industry are what we call fence sitters. The guys that are kind of, not going one way or the other, but probably need that automation. And so how do we get them motivated to go, you know what, this is the step that you need to make into your shop to make sure that you have success in the future?
Really for the customer, it's understanding the return on their investment. If we can prove to them that it's a 2 years or 3 year investment and it's paid back, and then now, every year after that they're making money, that's a huge part of it. And that's, as a shop owner, that's something you have to look for when looking at your investments and improving your facility for long term.
Well, it seems like everyone's focusing on ROI these days, maybe more under a microscope than many years prior to this. And, to be fair, there's been, housing market things and struggles economically in the past, but COVID has been pretty unusual. And so we've seen, at least I have, which I'm pretty sure means you have too, since you work in this industry, a real jump in automation because we're all kind of social distancing at this point. A lot of us are working from home, and so the lights out type of machining is kind of a big deal.
It sure is, and even the 6 foot social distancing, and that's a big part of it too. Where we used to have, maybe 5-10 people in a certain area doing a certain product, now maybe it's only one person, and now you have more space. So working with collaborative robots to kind of fill that void and kind of tighten that workspace back up and be able to work side by side with a collaborative robot is a huge part of it.
Yeah, I definitely grew up in shops, 20 machines, 20 people, you know, and we were all right beside each other. And something like this setup, or something, some of the collaborative robots that we've discussed in other, videos, they can run 1, 2, 3, 4 machines, different cells. Obviously, we're working on the safety of everything, whether it be fenced or the collaborative ones that'll shut down as soon as you bump into them. So there's different aspects to make sure that your customers are taken care of, from service and support all the way to, making sure this thing functions while being in a stressful work environment.
Yeah, that is definitely the case. So when we look at different solutions, we look at our fast loads, we look at full customs, and we kind of start at what is the least expensive option, and then how do we build from there and still have the return on investment when it comes to maybe features that we can offer that maybe aren't necessary, but they bring some value to the customer, if it's cycle time or changeover time. A lot of times we're putting robots into places that have high mix, low volume. So they're doing maybe 50 pieces of a certain part one day, and then maybe 5,000 the next day. So be able to change over quickly is a huge part of being able to get the uptime of the machine tool to be profitable.
Yeah, that flexibility is really important, and being able to switch from one gripper hand to another gripper hand based on part sizes, these types of quick change abilities keep that spindle running on whatever application we're trying to improve on.
It sure is, and that's, you see behind us we have different This application is machine tool loading, and we have 4 spots for the current tools, and then we have 2 spots underneath it that are maybe for future tools that we don't know of yet. So that way when this goes in at a customer facility, maybe it's 3 years, maybe it's a year, maybe it's 6 months, and they want to bring a new product line in, they have the room to expand and run those parts on the machine tools without making a huge investment on the automation side.
You're the expert, and I'm learning so much from you guys every day, but I find in many conversations that I have that automation is really, being created to give us all a better quality of life, right? A better way to do things, to do machining, whatever it might be. And isn't that really what we all want at the end of the day, is to have that quality of life?
It sure is. When it comes to, we hear this a lot, robots replace people. That's not the case. Robots are really helping manufacturers be more cost-effective in the global market. I would not want to be standing in front of a CNC machine all day running the same parts or multiple parts, but I would like to be able to run a robot that's maybe tending 3 machines. Now, my skill set is higher because I have now the ability to run 3 machines, and the robot's doing the dirty work. It's doing the loading and unloading, the blowing off of the spindle, and maybe some laser etching or inspection, but you're manning the whole cell. So instead of just have one person by the cell, you have one person maybe running 3 or 4 robots and maybe up to 10 machines.
Yeah, I like that concept a lot. I really do. And, speaking with a lot of people that are, far wiser than I am, we have an average spindle run time of about 40% of our capability. And a setup like this, or some of the ones we've discussed previously, that really can double or even more, obviously not triple because that'd be 120%, but double or even more the capability and the spindle output to keep our machines running that maybe we wouldn't be able to do on our own with 2, 3, 4, 5 machines.
Yeah, and that's very true. So when we look at customers, we look at the utilization of the machine tool. A lot of times customers are really busy and they're like, I'm just going to put a person and I'm going to put a spindle and I'm going to just keep buying machines. Those days have long come and gone. Nowadays, it's how do I take my spindle that's maybe 35% utilized and make it 75? Well, by doing that, you can't just put a person in front of it. You have to help that person be more productive. And putting a robot to help that person is the way to go. So instead of maybe adding on to your building, you're taking your current machines and putting some automation in front of them to make them more productive.
Well, I don't know about you, but I have learned a lot today, and I really appreciate the tour that you have given me. For someone who wants to learn a bit more about Acieta, the history about where you come from, how would they find you guys?
They can find our website at acieta.com or give us a call at 844-4-ACETA.
That sounds great. And are you on any social media sites as well?
Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter.
Pretty much all the ones that we use.
All the big 3.
Excellent. Well, I look forward to continuing to learn through you. And again, I appreciate you being a part of MTD and allowing me to walk through your shop.
Thanks for coming and joining us today.
That's an absolute pleasure.